Hello and welcome back to episode 20 of the Hunter Line Last Defense Academy Blind Playthrough. Let me get the display. Yep. Last time, I did another defensive battle for the main campus. Now the second campus is gone. Is not, well, it was barely there to begin with. Well, barely there for the main protagonist to begin with. Because it disappeared the same day he went there. He got destroyed the same day he went there. But last time, everyone was trying to figure out where Takumi was and whatnot, and what to do about the food situation because they were all starving. But after a long battle, most of the situation with the food has been resolved for the foreseeable future for the main campus, and they have 4 new people living there now. Now that the second campus is no more. And we're dealing with Dig 30 in the aftermath of the whole situation.
Up and at 'em, troops! Time to rise and shine! As commanding officer responsible for the school and its students, I have an announcement to make. Get ready for your 30th day of active service here at Last Defense Academy! Down and dirty, it's day 30! And you know what that means? I've unlocked some new classrooms to celebrate! What did you get access to this time, you ask? On the first floor, it's the metal shop! And on the second floor, the biolab! As usual, you can ask me more about how they work in person. See you there!
How they work in person. It's funny that he had all this stuff planned out in advance. He's nowhere to be seen. New school facilities, huh? Well, that can wait. First, I have to meet up with everyone in the cafeteria. Yeah, okay. See if there's anyone to talk to outside. Oh. Nozomi. Oh, good morning, Takumi. Yeah, good morning. I still can't make myself believe Nozomi and Kato are different people. They're just too alike. I have to go. I'll see you later. If she were Kato, I can't imagine why she'd act so cold towards me. Maybe the fact that I get so awkward around Nozomi is why she's putting distance between us. I can't help it though. Being around her is so confusing. Kiyoshika, Magadora. The carriage that conveyed us here is now stationed in the parking lot on the first floor. It's a wonder the horse pulling it were able to go so fast, and all without being seen. We should bring them some hay and water later. Does she seriously not know how a bus works? Hay and water. Let's see if there's anyone else to talk to. That's first floor. No, it's just her. Let's get on with it then. Alright, looks like everyone's here. Still feels weird having so many people around so soon, all of a sudden. Then let's hold a killing game and thin out the herd a little. Whoa, don't be so casual about it. Taking life is a serious matter. If you're going to kill someone, you gotta take your time with it. Really make it mean something for the both of you, you know? Was that supposed to be inspiring? There being more of us could be a good thing, though. The more allies we have, the better we can defend the school. Allies, huh? Anyway, I took a quick look around the school already. It's basically identical to ours, just like Niga said. Apart from the wall of fire outside, of course. So those are the famous undying flames. The sight of them far seats my teeth on edge. You told us a little about them on the bus on the way here, but maybe we could get a proper explanation now. What exactly are those flames, Takumi? Oh, they all have dialogue. All this time, there's a whole another school just like ours. You never know what's gonna happen around here. Those guys from the academy are kind of weird. Making friends with them might be asking a little too much. This is way too many characters to keep track of. Let's hold a killing game without that hurt a little. My dear brother always tells me not to talk to strangers, and these people are pretty strange, but still. We certainly have gathered a crew of allies, haven't we? It's like one of those yokai pictures girls in here. Well, I'm sorry. I must be such eyesores. I'll go stand in the corner and try to as little attention as possible. Just like that, we got 4 more people to live with, and they're all totally weird. And they're all total weirdos. I'm glad you're back, Takumi. But we still haven't solved the mystery of what happened to Hiroko. Those undying flames sent a chill down my spine. Could they be some art brought about by demonic blood magic? We should go ahead and answer Nozumi's question. We're all dying to learn more about those flames. We barely know anything about them ourselves, though. Have nothing to say to you, peasant. Tell Nozumi what she wants to know. Yeah, got the dialogue out. All we can tell you about the flames is what Siri told us when we first got here.
Those flames, which encircle this entire school, by the way, just keep on burning. They never go out.
Never?
That's what I said. They don't need fuel, and they can't be extinguished. They'll keep burning on for all eternity. Hence, the undying flames.
Fire that never goes out. It sounds like something out of a fairy tale. I never believed it if I hadn't seen them with my own eyes. Heck, I'm still having trouble getting my brain to accept it. Perhaps it's an advanced form of ninjutsu, which chakra elements does when combined for such a transformation. You know what? Like, she says she's a samurai, but she seems more like a ninja. She has 2 swords, and she crosses them together. She's a ninja. She's not a samurai. The flames are here. The flames are here to help keep the invaders away from the last defense academy, right? Yeah, that's true. They must be a part of the defense system. They're probably being generated somewhere on school grounds. Yeah, maybe. To tell you the truth, we don't really understand how it works either. You got them burning outside your defense room too. That's gotta be protecting whatever's in there, right? We think so. I tried dousing one of those with the fire extinguisher before, but they sprang right back up pretty much right away. It's gonna take a lot more than that to get inside. This really brings home how many questions are still unanswered. Siri said he explained everything, but then he disappeared. And you couldn't convince him to tell you sooner? You truly are useless. Sorry. Hey, that wasn't our fault. Your defense is a lot beefier than ours. I guess that tells it. This school is the real deal after all, right? Yes. It's just like Nigo said.
Second to last defense academy is, well, it's a decoy. Intended to distract the enemy and make them waste their time and resources. There's nothing important here. Humanity's future depends not on the contents of our defense room, but on what's inside the one at the true Last Defense Academy.
This almost feels like somewhat of a recap from like a recap episode or something like that. Going over everything, getting everything in order. Verily, 'twas a shock to learn we'd risk our lives to protect the mere decoy. A shock. It was downright infuriating. The B team is no place for someone with my social standing. It's not as if the work we did wasn't important. The invaders took their bait and sent troops to the decoy after all. All the attacks we fought off stopped them from forcing their entire fighting force on this school. I still say Nigo could have told us that from the beginning. A lot of the information related to this war is classified. Maybe he didn't have permission. Even Nigo couldn't defy orders from above. He told us that much himself. Orders from above. Sarah mentioned the higher ups too. Who's really controlling this war? But now the decoy academy's gone. That means the attacks on this one are gonna get a whole lot worse, right? Pretty much. They don't gotta decide who to send where anymore. We're all in here. We're all there is. And there's still like 70 days left to go. Oh man, this is rotten luck. I don't know if I can hold out that long. Yeah, what's worse is what's the worst that can happen? Dying? If it's gonna happen anyway, maybe we should get started now, you know? Get busy living or get busy dying. What is she talking about? She's talking about killing him again or something? Kiki, you're also adorable. The way you freak out over every little thing. The enemy attacks are gonna get worse. But there's more of us too. If we can learn to fight as a team then. Why fight at all? Why don't we just run? Huh? If we use the school bus we came on, we can cover a lot more ground on foot than on foot. We might be able to drive all the way back to the complex. You're babbling, sir. A warrior does not desert their post while the enemy still draws breath. Nor does a woman. A man. Nor does a woman. Even supposing the bus could cover that kind of distance, none of us know how to get to Tokyo Residential Complex from here. And besides, the future of humanity is at stake here. If we don't defeat the invaders, the whole world's done for. Don't tell me you actually believe all that future of humanity stuff. There's a good chance it's just a story meant to motivate us, you know? Naturally, we considered that a possibility. It was one of those first things we discussed. In the end, we decided if there was any chance of it being true, we had no choice but to still our resolve and do our part for these 100 days. Nozomi was very persuasive. Nozomi was very persuasive. The way she got us fired up, we couldn't help but get on board with it. I didn't really do anything special. But how can you be so sure? Do you have any grounds or evidence to prove it's true? You got any grounds or evidence for thinking it's not true? I guess not. If Sarah was able to tell you more about what's going on, you'd be sure of it too. I think that's the main difference between our two groups, and our way of, and why our attitudes are so different. Once Nico tells us about world death, world death. Oh, god damn it! Once Nico tells us about world death, we knew we couldn't just stand around and let it happen. World death. Oh, world death. Ah, indeed. Humanity's future prospects without this particular asset would be grim, at least, to say the very least. To say the least. It is, after all, the key to overcoming world death and ensuring a chance for the future generations to thrive. Wait. World death? What's that? A prominent term to deal with. This is going to overload my extra small sized brain. Ah, it's all starting to make sense now. You never got that far, huh? It's no wonder you're still going back and forth on whether it's all true. Then, you'd best prepare yourselves for a shock. What do you mean? According to the information Diego shared with us, world death was the catalyst for this entire war. This the thing that started it all? More than that, it's also the reason humanity is now confined to the Tokyo residential complex. World death has decimated the human population and forced the survivors to take shelter underground. Decimated the population? Is it that bad? It's that bad? Enough of the dramatic build-up. Just tell us what this world death thing is. Quiet, P-Brain. The adults are talking. If we tell you we don't want any of that, hey, is that really true? What if it's all made up stuff? Do you think you can hold on to that single thought without blowing a fuse? Come on. Make with the explanations already. That's no way to talk to someone who's about to impart important wisdom. Didn't anyone ever teach you any manners? You inbred little street urchin? What in your manners are any better? You foul-mouthed rich girl? Shut up. Honestly, having to listen to your complaints is making my skin crawl. Spending too much time talking, and you won't be ready for enemy attacks. And if you don't fight the enemy when they attack, you die. Is it that hard to understand? So why do you insist on picking apart everything we say? I've stepped in things that would have made better soldiers than you. She's right. Even ABC gum still has some flavor. It's more resilient than me, too. Can you really blame us for asking questions after getting dragged into this crazy war out of nowhere? That's where you're wrong. You weren't dragged into this. You were chosen as mankind's last hope. Mankind's last hope? Yes, we were chosen to represent humanity in this war, to show the hopes and futures of everyone back home. We're the only ones who can stop our entire species from being wiped out. We don't have a choice in this. We have to fight. And you believe that too. Are you sure you haven't just been brainwashed to thinking it's true? Again, you make a joke of our resolve. You won't be laughing when my blade has had its way with you. What about world death? You're just gonna keep throwing that name around like it means something? Or are you actually gonna start explaining things? You know what? I'm not telling you a thing. Go shove it up your tailpipe of your car you can't afford and afford to insure because you're poor. That car you can't afford to insure because you're poor. Huh? I can't work with a bunch of impatient, ineffectual, dull-witted morons like you. There's no point in telling you anymore. Karada, don't be like that. There's no need for us to get involved with these chumps, Nozumi. We can win this war on our own just fine. I can't believe we wasted our food on the peasants. We'd been better off letting you shrivel up and using you as invader bait. Oh, you act like a big shot, but this is our school, you know. We were here first. Yeah, we opened up this place to you after yours went kaput. If it weren't for us, you'd have nowhere to go right now. We could say the same to you. You and the school would have been toast if we hadn't helped out with the battle yesterday. Don't get smart with me, pretty boy. I'll murderize you. Ouch. Don't make a murder like that. That warp deserves to be treated with respect.
It's no surprise these peasants can't speak properly. They don't show the slightest sign that they've taken anything on board. Poverty must have dulled their wits to the point they can't even hold a conversation.
Well, excuse the heck out of me! I'd rather be poor than an absolutely rotten human being.
Seriously, what's the big idea showing up out of nowhere and acting like you've got the right to boss us around?
You've made it obvious you lack the experience and expertise to defend the school on your own. It's only natural that we step in to superintend.
You know what would help relieve some of this tension? A killing game!
Wouldn't track mine.
If you want to try to escape, be my guest. I'm gonna come after you, though. The thrill of the chase. I wonder how far you'd get if I amputated your legs first.
Watch it, man. I may not hit girls, but I won't hold back against another guy.
Killing game? Anyone? Just one murder. That's all I ask.
That's enough. You need to calm down. Tuckney's right. We won't get anywhere when we don't work together. Wake up and smell the roofies. Roofies? Wake up and smell the roofies, Nozumi. The Dreadnought class deadbeats as bad as the rest of them. The moment your back is turned, he'll spike your drink and take you back to his room and have his way with you. I'll never do anything like that. I really would, and you know that, right? Please, everyone. We shouldn't be fighting amongst ourselves. Why can't we just be friends? Friends with these guys? Don't make me laugh. Befriending these cosplay convention rejects certainly is asking a lot for normal people like us. How dare you, sir? I'll not let you let the insult slide. Choose your fate, face the judgment, the holy Jumanji sword, or repent and die by your own hands. I demand satisfaction. Satisfaction my ass. He might be a jerk, but he's our jerk. I've just about all I can stand of this lonesome fishes. Of your lonesome fishes, we're done here. Come on, Nozumi. But world death. World death, though. They were so close to world death. Explanation. Come on. Yeah, get lost. See if we care. If I never see your dumb face again, it'll be too soon. Alright. Trying to press the issue now will only make things worse. It will be nice if we can talk more tomorrow, then. The team from the second campus left, with their heads held high. They were barely out the door before the others started venting their feelings. What's with those guys? Are they really going to have have to spend the rest... Are we really gonna have to spend the rest of our 100 days with these people like that? With people like that? I agree. The R2 is possibly sickening. I think you guys were more of the problem there. Because they were trying to explain, and you kept asking questions. And then it just kept getting heated afterwards. Except for just, like, saying, oops, sorry. We were curious. Or something like that. You just got heated and just got yelling at each other. Like you're one to talk. You brought back some interesting friends with you, Takumi. So this is my fault. I know. I've got no right to contribute to the discussion, but what do you think of that world death they mentioned as? It's really I'm really curious now. Don't sweat it. Don't even think about it. It's all mind games. They're just trying to get inside our heads. Damn it. I still feel like I want to hit something. I think I'll go back to my room and cool off. I guess I'll do that too. No killing game? Then maybe next time. She's really pushing it. Takamura, Gaku, Tsubasa, and Tsubasa left the room. I didn't have the heart to stop them. The tension was already dangerously close to the breaking point. Well, that could have gone better. I never expected everyone to turn on each other like that. Same here. It's not going to be easy getting them to work together. If Siri or Hiroko were here, they would know what to do. They would know what to do. But it's no use wishing things were different. We need to think of a way to solve the problem on our own. In our own way. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I need some time alone to think. Yato and I parted ways, and I headed back to my room. At the disaster of a meeting, it's hard to imagine ever reconciling the two groups. There's gotta be some way. Maybe I just need more time.
Huh?
Come to think of it, some new rooms were unlocked today, weren't they? I think I'm gonna take a look at them. I can use something to take my mind off all of this. It's the metal shop on the first floor, and the bio lab on the second, right? Yeah, they're in the rooms. Who's in here? Nozomi, Kurara, Kirishika. That's interesting. Takamura, Emma, Kako, and I forget his name. So this is the bio lab. Looks less like a classroom and more like something out of a horror movie. Yaguma. What are you laughing at? I can't help it. I mean, just look at all this equipment. It's hot with the capital H. Now that this room's open, we can whip up a whole host of medical supplements whenever we need them. I'm afraid to ask, but what kind of supplements are you talking about? Mostly stuff that gives our human animal a temporary boost. We can use them to augment our regular physical abilities too. Nigo did say there were facilities that were tucked away in the dark corners of the school. It's pretty sweet. I finally get to see one. I guess Second Last Fist Academy had a lab like this too, but it never got unlocked for us. Enhancement development has been unlocked. You can access it during your free time. That does sound like it would be useful. But is it ethical? We're basically using performance-enhancing drugs, right? Ah, you're worried. You're worried about the morality of a little thing like that? You're such a Boy Scout, Takumi. With everything in this lab, we have the potential to go much further. A lot of this stuff was developed as a result of the illegal experiments on human subjects. For most people, no amount of knowledge is worth that kind of atrocity. And now that research is all ours, the fiendish and the outlandish, the downright unpleasant, it's all right here at our fingertips. He's so into this. And what could we use it for? For a start, we could probably make some killer modification to ourselves, just like my family did to me. You mean like the way your arm stretches? You know, it's always been my dream to mod somebody else's body. I'd be gentle, and I'll make sure any changes I made were tasteful. Say, Takumi, you feel like discarding your humanity and becoming something more?
Hey!
His eyes! His eyes! Absolutely not! Not interested. Hehe. Let me know if you change your mind. In the meantime, I'll make do with my fantasies. What are these guys doing in here? Kako. You all look so cool on the battlefield. I wish I could be like that too, but my dear brother won't let me do anything dangerous. See, she wants to fight. Another arm designed to make the battle freak stronger. There's nothing for the two of us here. And why are you here? Man, this room's seriously creepy. Don't think I'll be spending too much time in here. I was kind of hoping Hiroko would turn up in one of the new classrooms, but there's no sign of her in here either. What could have happened to her? I know, right? I still don't believe she'd run off and leave us on her own. She ain't like that. I've been thinking a lot about the state of the effects of immortality here. Raise a lot of interesting questions, you know? For example, purely hypothetically, what if I ripped out your heart? That's a heck of an example to start with. And let's say you died and were brought back to life. You think the revived medic will replicate the heart as well? But I'll still have a heart I removed earlier. Does that mean we could churn out a bunch of identical hearts, one after another? By that logic, I guess so. Why would you want to, though? Dude, there's always a man for healthy human organs. With technology like this, we could save thousands, maybe even millions of lives. But I'll leave that to the humanitarians of the world. Preserving life isn't really my thing. Figures. I'm more interested in what happens to an organ after it's removed. You ever hear stories of people who have transplanted stem develop new interests or memories that match with their donors? The human body is one heck of an enigma. But does that stuff only happen with transplants? Would those memories also get transferred by, say, eating another person's organs? What effect does consuming human organs have on the human body? Now there's a subject I wouldn't mind looking into. Would eating brains give you access to the person's knowledge and personality traits? Maybe they'd have a random vision to show you their memories. I'd love to try it sometime, but it's not easy to find willing volunteers. Hey, you know how it is. Nothing worth having comes easy. Is Yukamu like this all the time? Doesn't he ever talk about anything normal? Let me see if I can do anything over here. We can develop medical enhancements here. I should try it out next time. Okay, can't really do much today. Metal shop. This isn't quite what I expected from a metal shop classroom. It's more like something you find on a military base. There's all kind of deadly looking weapons lined up, and the air is thick with the smell of metal shavings and gunpowder. Oh, and she's here too. We can make traps here. I should try it out sometime. So traps. Kurada. Ah. No burp. Ah. The way the air smells in here really puts me at ease.
Huh?
Seriously? You like this? With all the metal and gunpowder and everything? I know. It's not exactly the realm of one to associate with a sophisticated lady like myself. But the Ozuki actually rose to prominence thanks to our involvement with weapons development. Weapons development? Like guns and stuff? In the beginning, our family name was the Suzuki. Was just Suzuki. We were small-time arms engineer and gun runners. We grew the business little by little from there, expanding our reach until it encompasses all aspects of the life in the Tokyo Residential Complex. That gave us the necessary prestige to evolve the Suzuki to Ozuzuki, and the rest is history. Is that how names get changed? Oh, Suzuki. Big Suzuki. Workshops like this are just as integral to our family's identity as the swanky mansions where we live today. This industrial atmosphere is baked right into my DNA. Being here is like returning to my natural habitat. Okay, I guess that makes sense. It seems only fitting that this should be the place where I write a new chapter of our family's industrious history. I'll create weapons, the likes of which the world has never seen, and eradicate those pesky invaders once and for all.
For our mighty others flee, great and powerful Suzuki!
Trap development has been unlocked. You can access it during your free time. The variants will rule the day they cross the Ozuzuki. Man, I'm glad she's on our side. She is on our side, right? Maybe I should tell that to our friends, to those friends of yours too. Getting on my bad side is not a good idea. If they all commit seppuku 3 times in quick succession, I might forgive them for their insolence. Again with the ritual suicide demands, I'm still not sure how doing it more than once is supposed to work. Alright. I visited both the new rooms that were unlocked today. Guess I'll go back to my room and decide what to do next. I haven't talked to Nazumi and Shirokira. Phew. With all the arguments and exploration, today's really taken it out of me. Is there anything I can do to get everyone to see eye to eye? Or is their attitudes towards fighting just too different? We're representing all of humanity in this war. They chose us above all others to defend the world from the invaders. We're the only ones who can do this. So it's only natural that we give it our all. Mankind's future is in our hands. Now. It's our responsibility. I never thought of this as a responsibility. Fighting was just a means to an end, a way for me to get home. I would feel differently if I knew about world death. Was I ever going to find out what the war was all about? Huh. Someone's at the door. Probably Ieto again. Could it be her? Could it be her? I felt for anticipation. My hands trembled. I pulled open the door to reveal. Yeah, Ieto. Good evening, talk to me. Do you have time to talk? Oh, it's you, Ieto. Were you expecting somebody else? Sorry to disappoint you. No, it's not like that. What's up? Nothing particular. I just thought it would be nice to chat a little. I never had a chance to tell you how happy I was to see you again. I was out of my mind worrying the whole time you were gone. Oh, really? I thought maybe you disappeared like Hiroko. We went 5 whole days without any contact from you after all. Sorry, I wasn't exactly in the position to get in touch. What happened to you during the storm? How did you get separated from the group? I'm not really sure. All I remember was that I passed out and woke up with an aching head. By then, I was already on my own, somewhere miles away from here. After that, Nigo found me and took me to the other school. Perhaps you got sent flying by the storm. It's possible, I guess. Can't think of anything else that will explain it. Well, you're okay now. That's the important thing. But while we're on the subject of the other school, it's going to be between you and Nozomi and the Nozomi girl. When you're around her, you're different. Almost like she's special to you. But you seem troubled as well. What's wrong? I'd like to help you if I can. Although, if it's something romantic, bear in mind, I don't have any experience in that area. Romantic, I don't have experience in that area. Oh, was it really? Was it really that? No, not exactly. It's kind of weird. To be honest. You might not believe what I have to say, but will you still hear me out? Of course. Now that I've given the time, now that I've been given the go-ahead, it all came spilling out. I told Ieto about Karuha, my childhood friend, and I'd spent practically every day with back home, before the war. That was the easy part. Then there was this matter of Nozomi and her uncanny likeness to Karuha. They were so alike that I couldn't accept that they were different people, no matter how much I tried. And as much as Nozomi looked and sounded like Karuha, she had no idea who I was. I told Ieto all about this mystery and the theories I come up with, and how the whole thing was messing with me. Messing me up. The whole thing was messing me up. You weren't kidding when you said it was weird. I thought maybe she has amnesia, but she's never mentioned hitting her head or having gaps in her memory or anything like that. Now that I've been able to talk to her long enough to ask about it. Not that I've been able to talk to her long enough to ask about it. Come on, Ieto, say something. Oh, sorry. This whole thing really reminds me of a sci-fi novel I read a little while back. What happened in it? The main character ends up in a place that's both familiar and different. A parallel universe. Parallel universes aren't just other worlds, or even past or future, They're alternate realities, taking place at the same time as your own. As our own. Alternate realities. It's a very common trope. Depending on the story, the parallel universe could be completely alien or eerily similar to the reality we know. In the book I'm thinking of, the main character travels to another universe. He finds another version of himself there, another him living his own slightly different life. You think the connection between Nozomi and Kadoa like an alternate version of each other? I know it sounds ridiculous, but humor me for a moment. It could explain a lot. It could mean Kadoa and Nozomi are the same person, hence all the similarities, but at the same time, they're different. They've lived completely different lives. That would account for Nozomi not knowing you, don't you think? I don't know, Yato. I don't know, Yato. Maybe that's how stuff works in sci-fi, but I'm having a hard time believing it would happen in real life. I suppose you're right. It's just a little unrealistic. But the situation we're in already is pretty far removed from what we're used to consider reality. Perhaps my sense of what is and isn't realistic has gone warped from all the strange things that have happened to us lately. He's right. If you told me a few weeks ago, I'd be stabbing myself in the heart to give myself superpowers and fight monsters. I wouldn't have believed that either. Sorry for putting forward such a bizarre idea. I haven't been much help, haven't I? That's not true. It's really helped to get all this off my chest. It's such a weird story. Most people probably wouldn't believe me. I wouldn't have told just anyone about this. Is that what you came here to talk about? Or is it something more? I'm honored. I'm gladly here. What? I'm gladly hear you out. And I'll gladly hear you out. Okay. I'm honored, and I'll gladly hear you out if you want to talk again, no matter how strange it is. You sure have been having some peculiar experiences. First the ghostly invaders, and now this. Alright. Almost forgot about that thing. We haven't figured out what it is. Haven't seen the invader since I got back, but next time I do, I'm going to make sure he answers for what he's done. Don't take any unnecessary risk. You have no idea how dangerous he might be. I know. I'll be careful. Well then. I guess I've taken enough of your time. I should get going. Good night, Takumi. Sleep well. With that, Ito left, pausing at the door to give a moment's gentle smile. One last gentle smile. Parallel universes, alternate realities. Could any of it be true? It sounds so bizarre, but the more I think about it, the more it starts to make sense. Is that what's going on here? Are Kato and Nozomi alternate versions of the same person? The same but different? Either way, I won't be able to put the issue to rest until I talk to her about it myself. Even after venting to Ito, the frustration I was feeling still wouldn't go away. I turned in for the day and gradually fell into a light, fitful sleep. Day 31.
Up and Atom troops, time! Get ready for your 31st day of active service here at Last Defense Academy. Prepare to spend another day enduring the unendurable and suffering the insufferable to pave the way for humanity's future greatness. Be ready to give your lives to protect our beloved school from the vile and barbaric enemy.
It's morning. Guess I'll go to the cafeteria as usual. I just hope everyone's a little less prickly today. That took a while. Let me see how long I've been going for. Almost 50 minutes. I think I'll stop here for today. That was a long interaction. I'll stop here for this episode. Anyway, glad I was watching this. See you later. Johnny.